want to get through like last night and the week and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I really want to kind of dive into you on the second half of this. We got Naeem Lynn coming on to the show as well, just to talk about yesterday. He thought Boo Boo was going to win.
He got a bet. He paid my money and everything.
I've been knowing Boo Boo for so long. I'm sure y'all know that by now. But even with all that, it was just, I see it so hard. And so this is what I started saying about that. I find it's so hard to see Benavidez losing to just about anybody in the world. And so it's one of those things when you asking me who you got in this fight, like I want my boy to win, but at the same time, I can't see him losing. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's just some fights you just gonna have to see and see the outcome in order for you to, be able to realize what you can't see for yourself, So
it's a lot. Benavidez is not someone that's to take light. He comes forward, he keeps coming in. You gotta remember, this kid's coming down from like 300 plus pounds. Yeah. So
chill out.
It's real.
I know, but I'm like, that's a long time ago, but yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, but regardless of the fact is that body and everything, it still reminds that same situation. The body shots that Boo Boo was trying to do wasn't working. Yeah. That wasn't really helping it so much. They weren't as effective, and he was like, okay, that's all you had? Gave him the confidence to push forward.
Do you feel like he pressed too early? I thought it'd be more patient. Yeah. Because it's like I remember I was like, oh my God, he up 2-0? And then it was like, it's 2-1.
Yeah.
But then it was like Tio said, it was like, oh, that's all you got?
Yeah. He clearly won the first round. And I thought even in the first round, I thought that at the end of that round, he let off a couple of combinations. Yeah. And it was like, you won the round.
No need.
But when you have experience, you can gauge yourself in the way that round has gone. Okay. And like I touched you more than you touched me. If they don't give me the round, it's something wrong with them. You know? And we'll answer that later. It was that first round, I felt like he should have just let the round end. And at the end of that round, he got Benavidez on the ropes. Yeah. But the point of that is when he gave all that to Benavidez, that don't do nothing but put fuel to the fire. And it allowed him to touch and taste what's there and what's not there. It'd be different if he had hauled off with a couple of hard ones.
And really rocked him.
And Benavidez would have said, okay, you came to fight tonight. You know what I mean? But at the end, a couple of, you laugh at that. You know what I mean? You know how it is. When somebody rip off a fast one on you, like, all right, they ain't had nothing on it, so I'm coming to get you next round. You know?
It's called weathering the storm.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
I remember my father told me in the second round with Taylor, he's like, he's going to come in, he's going to throw a lot. Just weather that storm. Let him do it. He put me in the corner. He started throwing a whole bunch of combos. People chanting, screaming, but I'm like, it's nothing.
It's a part of it.
Yeah. It's part of it.
It's a part of it.
It's part of like the nerves. It's part of the whole excitement. The whole. I guess you know it best. You've done it way longer than I have. Yeah. But it's that part of like, I gotta get this going.
I didn't think that. I think that they had Charlo winning that fight like 9-1 or something like that. 8-2, 9-1. I didn't have him winning the fight 9-1.
You didn't?
No, that's too long.
But also when Benavidez was letting off them combinations and you hear the crowd, it's like, okay, cool. But none of that didn't touch him, and a lot of that was really ineffective. It just looks good and could sway the judges, but I still, it's a weather in the storm,
And at the same time, it's almost as like David would do. David needs a body and to do his combinations of flurries. We didn't really see that this time because why? Boo Boo wasn't really there all the time. He was moving a lot. But then we got to see a different side of Benavidez that I think we actually wanted to know. Yeah. He showed definitely a lot of grit last night and his IQ. Yeah. Yeah, his IQ was really good. He smiled at when Boo Boo was hitting him with good, clean shots. Yeah. That's kind of like scary at the same time, especially with a Mexican. You know,
it's scary at the same time.
Yeah, but it was hard for me to see that though with Boo Boo because I've known Boo Boo since I was like 9, 10 years old.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and just to see that part, he has all the skills and everything, but I think it was just the overtraining. Because after the third round, I seen him take a big whiff. You
seen that, huh? Yeah.
And then he finally sat down, and I was like, oh, hold up.
And with Benavidez, you can't gas that early. Like, I expected him to gas around the 5th, 6th, 7th, not 3rd, 4th, bro. With this dude, if you show him 1 ounce of weakness, he's coming.
Well, I think this also plays the same role if we fall back into last week. Last week when we had Shakur on the F1 Formula weekend, Shakur, he said that the training, he probably did too much training for that fight that caused him injuries. So a lot of these fighters kind of don't understand. It's like, yeah, you got to put in the work, right? Yes, you got to put in the miles. You got to put in the conditioning, everything. But at the same time, you also got to listen to your body.
For us.
For us.
I was gonna say for myself, my team, we always kind of smiled at whoever we were fighting because we knew that they had to do so much more to get ready for us. We knew that they had to be ready for the gas to go all night. We knew they was gonna have to be ready for the movement as well as the pressure. And so we just always thought we gonna train how we always train, but to the point of this fight, Boo Boo done amped it up because of what he's getting in the ring with. You know what I mean? So,
and at the same time, it was his funeral. Think about it. For his career, it was his funeral. Not a lot of movement going on with him. They're not pushing him. They're not holding him like where he is. Yeah, he should be. He should have had this opportunity years ago.
I told my dad that. Yeah.
Years ago, he should have had this opportunity. He had the credentials for it. He had the Olympian status for it. He is that. So what that really was, as bad as it could be, it was that.
It was like the end.
It was. I had 2 funerals, but I ain't show up to them.
I don't know what's.
I never heard that word.
Lomachenko,
you had?
I never had no funeral.
Lomachenko and Josh Taylor was my funerals.
I see. I do.
See what I mean?
Yeah, see from that perspective. Yeah.
From that perspective, that's your funeral. That's supposed to be the end, close the casket.